I am Subzero. Hey, what's up, you guys? This is AJ coming to you once again from the Thwip side, and tonight I'm going to just take a quick look at the McFarlane Toys Mortal Kombat 11 Subzero Winter Purple variant. Now, because he is just a straight up repaint, I already took him out of the package. I wasn't going to go through all the packaging and all of that. And I know a lot of, most people have seen this figure that are interested in this figure, but I did not pick up the first one, the classic colored one, which kind of bummed I didn't do that. I wasn't collecting MK figures at the time, and now that goes for big money on the aftermarket eBay and whatnot. But so this is my first Sub-Zero. I didn't pick up, I think it's the Blood Feud variant or whatever they call it, and I think there's another one coming out as well with a 2-pack with Shao Kahn, and then they have the totally frozen variant. So this is my first Sub-Zero. Wanted to check him out real quick and just share my thoughts on him. For accessories, he comes with the same accessories as the other variants that came before, but this time his ice axes are in purple, some purpley ice, which are pretty cool. I like the detail in them. 2 identical axes. But yeah, I think they came out really good looking. And then he comes with the skull from his fatality in purple ice, which is another cool little artifact accessory. Oh boy, it's been some time, a day or week. Anyway, getting back to the video at hand. Here I have him and the best ice slide pose, if you know the game, one of his most iconic moves besides his ice ball is the ice slide. And I wanted to see if I could get him into an ice slide pose, and I can. It's pretty decent, but some of the hindrances with articulation prevent it from being better. I mean, it could be better, but if the articulation was there. But I was actually, out of the package, surprised I could get him this close. I'm going to put up a couple images of his ice slide in the game, do a little comparison. But yeah, I got into a better ice slide pose than I originally thought when I took him out of the package. And that's mostly because, let's get him here. I almost don't want to take him out now. And that's because of his costume itself. I thought it would be more hindering than it is. You can see now I've had him in the pose for quite a while. So these flaps they're usually, they come out of the package, they come flat. And I thought it was going to kind of like hinder all of his leg movement, but as you can see, you do get really nice leg movement out, which was really surprising to me. So, like I said, straight up repaint. I just wanted to give you a good look at him in case you didn't get him or are interested and are like me and don't want to pay $100 on eBay or more for the classic color variant. But he came out really cool looking. The colors aren't bad. Don't want to keep harping on it, but yeah, it's not the classic color, but I still really like it. If I had the classic color in my collection, I wouldn't, I'd be a little happier with this version. The only thing that's killing my enjoyment is because I want the classic blue. But anyway, moving on. It did come out really nice. I love the head sculpt. Get it back here like that. Just a lot of detail. It's all in his eyes. Really cool. But you get the same fantastic McFarlane sculpt and details everywhere. Of course, winter purple, so there's a purple theme going on. I really wish this was kind of purple, but it is the skin in the game. Maybe purple with more white accents where there's black. Be cooler, but that's not McFarlane's fault. That's the the way the skin is in the game. But yeah, just really nice. It does have some daggers, but they're not removable. And you saw how close I was able to achieve the ice slide move. And what keeps it from knocking it out of the park are two main things. Surprisingly, I was surprised the legs were able to achieve it because, like I said, this piece. But what hindered it from being perfect or much better is the lack of any crunch. Like, you can get an arc back like that, but there's no crunch. Just a tad bit. And the second part is the head. Now, I was trying to turn his head to get closer to that or try to get some up and down. And what happens is this piece coming down from his mask just pops off. And underneath is just a neck with the dumbbell. But the neck itself isn't on any other kind of dumbbell underneath. So it doesn't give you anything. That's it. It's got some decent tilt, which helped turn. And when you turn, this piece here crashes into the V of the costume. Oh, see? And then it pops off. Like I said, I don't know if this is stuck, but I don't think it moves. It doesn't appear to. At first, when it first popped off, I thought I broke it, and I was kind of bummed. But yeah, because of that, because of the torso not really crunching in the head and not really able to turn, you can't get the perfect ice slide. But like I said, much closer than I originally thought. If you look at this figure out of the package, you'd be like, there's no way it's getting into anywhere close with the ice slide. I thought it was going to be kind of like the Liu Kang figure, where there was like zero posability. Let's get him standing. Oh, and another thing I wanted to point out. I don't know if this was on purpose, so I'm kind of nervous, but he does have just above the knee, you can actually rotate, which is really odd for McFarlane. As a lot of you know, you usually only get a little bit in the hip. But yeah, I get nervous about that, but I did see if I could turn it, and I could when I was trying to get him in the ice slide. Yeah, so just a quick look at him, just to give you my thoughts on the figure, because he has been out for a long time in one form or another. And like I said, it's my first Subzero, and I'm actually kind of happy with him. He has more articulation than I thought. I will say that for the Mortal Kombat figures, I wish that there was more articulation, especially with my Liu Kang. If you saw my Liu Kang review, I mean, these guys are fighters, martial artists, and I just think they need some more articulation. And I hope as McFarlane continues the line, they start finding ways to give us more articulation so we can get them into more dynamic martial arts poses. But for right now, I am happy with this figure. I've been happy. I have the Raiden and the Scorpion from the 2-pack. Oops, sorry. And Liu Kang and him. And Liu Kang, I will admit, I like the figure, but he is a disappointment. This Subzero, I really like. And if you're into Mortal Kombat or cool-looking figures, I do recommend picking him up. I know other sites and reviewers didn't like him too much, said he was too hindered, but I enjoy him. Like I said, would I like to see more articulation in this line? Yes, especially in the abs and on Subzero, particularly the head movement. But I think for me, I was pleasantly surprised that there was more articulation than I thought, so that upped the factor of my enjoyment of the figure so far. So that'll about do it. Feel free to drop me a comment, tell me what you think. If you have the figure, what are your thoughts on it? Or do you like the look of the figure, or anything that you feel like talking about? And while you're at it, please consider subscribing, hit the like button, and thwip that notification bell, and I will see you guys all again back here on the Thwip side.